it's a crucial thing to engage in the notion that there are different types of critique and to explore the purpose of a critique. Rather than dive into something, we can spend some time sort of walking around the outside of the situation and explore what the possibilities might be about critique. It can be a voice of an individual giving their personal responses to some work or a process. It can be something where people engage in twos and threes to develop a language, thinking about how they would talk about each other's work as an exploratory process, so the language gets developed. It's almost impossible to listen to critical input at the same time as defending your work. I've seen here at RISD used to great effect. The artist whose work is out there actually gets the chance to listen to the dialogue coming back because the artist has an advocate. So the advocate of the work makes a basic presentation and then engages the audience, the group, in some discussion around that. And the artist essentially sits out to one side so that they can listen. Is there an engagement? What is my intention in the work? Do people here in this room actually understand the intention that I had in my work? And what's the relationship between what I've actually done, or I am doing, with how I've put over the intention that I have? And one process we used that was very enjoyable and exciting, a day-long process, was to have work from different disciplines in the same room, and the work being placed side by side by talking about them one after the other without making individual comments, and then thinking about what were the connections between those things. What do each one of those things make us think about? So there's this other kind of layer comes out of that discussion, which we could call a thematic approach to critique. It's quite common with people related to crafts disciplines, where there's a very close relationship to the making of something. But fascinating feature of the book and the way we thought about this was that there's not only that level of involvement, but there's also thematics. Sometimes these themes can be only partially consciously recognized. And so by taking thematic approaches that link different kinds of work together, there's a humanistic level where we have interests and priorities to ourselves individually that we can discover by noticing correlations in other types of work.